Good morning out there in the DFS community. It's Vaughn, the Stat Man, coming into your YouTube airwaves, and welcome to the Stat Room. All right, ladies and gentlemen, before I get into the wonderfulness and the bad that happened in DFS, let me get into my positive word. My positive word for today will be read. R-E-A-D. My mentor always told me, if you want to keep something away from a poor person, put it in a book, because poor people are more accustomed to acquiring stuff than they are at bettering their knowledge of whatever craft they want to go in. Like, for example, when I go into a poor person's house, I see a bunch of Jordans, I see a bunch of new TVs, leather coats, Coach bags, Louis Vuitton pocketbooks. When I go into a rich person / successfully rich person's house, the first thing I see when I walk in the door is a library. And in that library, you see hundreds and hundreds of books that they've read. And when I talk to my rich friends, they're always talking about what book they're reading. Like one of my friends, he wanted to learn stocks, so he went and got Success Magazine. He got the Wall Street Journal. When I'm talking to my poor friend, all they do is watch TV. They're on Facebook. They're not doing any reading. And also, when you're trying to become a better person and you want to be more successful in life, you have to fill your brain with positivity. You got to start going to motivational seminars. You got to start going to financial seminars. You have to understand how credit works. The way you learn most of this stuff is in a book. You got to read personal development books. Rich people said what attracts them to other people, whether they're poor or rich, is how many books they've read. You get into a circle when you're talking with people who are very successful, they're going to ask you, well, what have you read lately? And if you like, Facebook, they're going to be like, no. So, guys, you have to read, all right? Fill your mind, because at the end of the day, skills pay the bills. And the only way you acquire skills is by reading. When you go to college, what is college made up of? Books. All right, so I'm going to leave it there with the read. All right, in my DFS, my earlier game, I had a 146. And I'm going to tell you, guys, when you're doing your contest, when you're running your lineups, you got to gamble on guys. All right, I'm gonna show you who I had went. I went with Zimmer from Cleveland yesterday. He was only 2K minimal price. Nobody really ran him, and he gave me a 31.4. I ran this contest in 3 separate tournaments, and I won all 3. It cashed in every format. All right, now in the main slate, I ran 5 contests, and I posted on Twitter at 7 o'clock that I was only gonna run lineup 2 and 3. All right, lineup 2 didn't do well, but lineup 3 did very well. It did a 126, because last night was one of the lowest scoring nights in MLB. Typically, to win MLB, you need to be between a 260 and 270. It was a 212 yesterday, so it was very low scoring. So a lot of people did bad yesterday. I know for a fact a lot of people didn't do as well. And actually, a 96 would have cashed in most head-to-head contests last night, because I had a 96 and it cashed in the head-to-head. My 126, I had a 92 that cashed in head-to-head, and a 126 that cashed in the head-to-head. And my 126 also, it cashed in a double up, and it also cashed in a single entry. All right, so let me get into the winning lineup. The winning lineup yesterday was a 212. It had Shoemaker at the pitcher, Martinez, Vato, 9.2. And look, Martinez, everybody went with Martinez. He had a 0. That's who killed our lineup. I had Castro in one of my lineups. He was 27.9. Seager was 6. Cozart was 31.4. Judge was 15.4. Saunders was 25.4. And Collins, remember I told you, you have to have a gamble play. Collins from Detroit was 1.5% owned. That means out of 100 people, 1 person picked him. He put up 54.4 points. That's why, guys, when you're doing your lineups, do not look at price. Price will destroy you. Don't look at price. Look at matchups and who you like, and go with your gut. If your gut is saying this minimal price player is going to ball out, put him in. Because remember I told you, in baseball, players, they strike out, ground out, or pop fly the ball 70% of the time. There's only maybe 15 players in the whole Major League Baseball that hit the ball 4 out of 10 times. So in a game, if they get pitched 4 times, they're going to probably strike out 3. So when you're picking your lineup, you're saying to yourself, is today the day when my player is going to hit a home run? If not, you're going to have a bad lineup. Because even if your player hits a double, that's only 6 points. You need a home run. So when you're doing your lineups, you need to have at least 2 guys that you think can get you 30 plus points. And if they don't, You're going to suck. See, the difference between Major League Baseball and NBA, when the hitters don't hit, you could have had a possible score of a 150 and it could now go down to a 90, to a 60. And your pitcher, like, all right, yesterday the pitcher for Kansas City was the #1 pitcher in Major League Baseball. He had the lowest ERA, 1.3. And yesterday he got blasted by the Yankees. You know what I'm saying? The Yankees had been killing him, but it looked like he was making improvements because nobody was hitting on him, but the Yankees killed him. All right, so the 4 Horsemen yesterday did well. Thomas, 31. Irvin, 26. Bradley, 24.3. And Love, 48.4. All right, now 4 Horsemen didn't do well. So I'm putting Martinez and Smith in witness protection. I'm putting Kyrie Irving in witness protection. All right, guys, so I'm going to leave it there. I did enough. Come back in about an hour. Look on the comment section. I'll be posting the 4 Horsemen for MLB and the 4 Horsemen for NBA. And today, everybody that got a lineup from me, since some of the lineups didn't do well, y'all will get a free early entry because it's not about the money with me, guys. I want us to win. So check your inbox around between 10 and 11 a.m. and y'all all will have a free lineup. And today, we'll bounce back because today, our hitters will hit and our pitchers will pitch. All right, remember, thinking ain't win-win, y'all. You know, give me what I want. I give you what you want. So I'm giving you guys free lineups because that's what you guys want. All right, so I love you guys, and on to today.